Stay tuned because Good Sports is coming up next. Kansas City Sports and Fitness is the magazine for sports fans in KC. Inside, we cover local sports and local teams, from pro to peewee and everything in between. And this month's free copy of Kansas City Sports and Fitness includes the Surplus Exchange College Sports Report. You'll find Kansas City Sports and Fitness all over KC at places like the Kansas City Ice Center. And it's free, so pick one up today. Welcome to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness magazine show. Good Sports is presented by Kansas City Chiropractic. Dr. Lynn McIntosh and Kansas City Chiropractic offer the care that can relieve pain and stress and improve overall health. For an appointment, call them at 816-753-4600 or visit kansascitychiropractic.com. And by the Surplus Exchange. Take a tax donation credit plus help KC students when you recycle your electronics and office furniture at the Surplus Exchange. For more information, visit surplusexchange.org or call 816-472-0444.
Good Sports was recorded live on Saturday, September 6th.
Welcome to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show. I am Steve Fish. I'm the publisher of Kansas City Sports and Fitness magazine. Today we're here at the Kansas City Ice Center, located on Johnson Drive, 2 miles west of 435, where you can inline skate on their outdoor pavilion or ice skate on their indoor ice rink. You can call 913-441-3033 or visit their website, kcicecenter.com, for more details on public skate sessions, parties, registration for fall and winter leagues, and learn to skate and learn to play hockey programs. Now, before we get started with the show, I want to tell everyone that our current issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness is available free at over 700 locations in KC. And with this month's issue, KC Sports continues to celebrate our 17th straight year covering sports in Kansas City. Now, in our Chiefs Report, presented by the American Indian Center of the Great Plains, we give you our predictions for the upcoming season, plus we talk with inside linebacker Derek Johnson, who is nearing a Chiefs record for most tackles in Chiefs history. In our Hockey Report, presented by the Kansas City Ice Center, we write about how the rink reminds parents, fans, and players that hockey, especially at a youth level, is just a game and should be fun first and foremost. And in our College Sports Report, presented by the Surplus Exchange, we interview KU's Montel Cozart, Stanton Weber from K-State, and Marcus Murphy from Mizzou. Now, you can visit our website, kcsportspaper.com, to find a link to a list of locations where you can find KC Sports, and you can actually check out a PDF of the entire issue on our website as well. Now, I also want to mention that you can now get a free subscription to the digital version of KC Sports and Fitness magazine, and all you have to do is email us your name, your email address, your cell phone number, and your age, and you send those to subscribe@kcsportspaper.com. Again, that's subscribe at kcsportspaper.com, and then watch your email for the next issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness. And now joining us here at the Kansas City Ice Center is Dr. Lynn McIntosh from Kansas City Chiropractic. She is a board-certified chiropractor. She's licensed in Kansas and Missouri. In addition to being licensed for general chiropractic care, Dr. McIntosh is a certified chiropractic sports physician. She works with athletes from multiple disciplines on sports-related problems. And she's working with the pros, she's working with the little guys, and everything in between. Welcome to the show, Dr. McIntosh.
Thank you so much, Steve.
Oh, you bet.
I always appreciate you having me.
Oh, well, thank you for coming out here to the Kansas City Ice Center and braving the cold, even though it's very nice outside today. So now, Dr. McIntosh contributes articles each month to Kansas City Sports and Fitness, which you can find online. We've got PDFs up there at kcsportspaper.com, and we're going to talk about the article that you did in our September issue, which is the one that's out right now, and it talks about we old-timers and old-time injuries with some new treatments that are available to get you back to your sport or your activity a lot quicker.
Now now let's not confuse old-timer and old injury, because I have some 9 and 10-year-old patients who have some injuries that they have been fighting for 2 years.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So that's an old injury for them.
Okay.
So yes, it may be something that, especially if you've been inactive for a while, you played, and had an injury at some point in your lifetime and then have not played something for a while, you may have that same injury pop up, even whether you've had an injury now or whether you just kind of haven't been doing a whole lot. But those old injuries will come back, and you'll see them. And you think, oh, well, there's nothing I can do. I've had this forever. I'm just stuck with it. That is really not true. You heal until you die. You keep healing. The rate at which we heal is much slower later than it was when the injury first happened.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. Well, the body's response is so much to, we have a new thing. We're going to send all of the prostaglandins, everything that is going for like inflammation, and then we're going to get out of inflammation, because the inflammation is really to splint an injury. So especially if it's at a joint, something like that, it's like we're going to fight to swell that up to basically cast it, and that kind of stuff.
Right.
Okay. Then after that, we got to move some of that out. We want more blood flow in. We want more of all the nutrients to come in and to heal it. All right. Then, so there's different phases. There's inflammation, repair, regeneration. And so
for that injury to your ankle, where in the old days where it would just blow up and be really big, you'd hobble around on it, you might tape it with an ace bandage.
Sure.
Now you've got solutions.
Absolutely.
For that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I get it right away, I mean, obviously still rice is your best, know.
Which is, again, give us what rice stands for.
Right. Rest, which we don't want to just keep doing it right now. Right. Ice, definitely. Compression, which is your ace bandage, and elevation.
Right.
So, and especially if it's an ankle, if it's something like that, you're walking around, gravity is your worst enemy at this point. Mm-hmm. And even, if you have something in your hand, you want that elevation. That makes a huge difference. You want it all to drain back to the heart. You want it out of there. The compression is to restrict how much inflammation you're getting. The ice is also to bring down that amount of inflammation, to calm it down. Also helps with pain so much. And then rest to allow it to heal. Now, we have changed our opinion about rest. It doesn't mean immobility. We don't necessarily want to cast everything. Where it used to be like, just we're going to put you in a walking boot. You're not going to do anything forever. No, now even after surgery, we're going to have you walking that day. We want some movement. Some movement, and doing, running is not the same thing. So, you want range of motion, but you don't necessarily want that. But beyond that, so once you get through the inflammation phase, so that's initial. Then you have the repair phase. That happens right after that. Now you have regeneration. And that is, you have that scar that you got when you were a kid that was bad. Like you could see it all the time. Now it's just not there that much. And by the time you're 80, you're really not even going to see it.
Well, but that might be because your eyes are bad.
Well.
No, I'm just kidding.
That could be. But it continues to heal. It just heals at a much slower rate because it's now low on the priority list. But it's not like it's not doing something. So how we stimulate healing to an old injury is to then bring some of those initial phases back to it. So in some cases, we may actually do enough massage, a really deep tissue where it's actually going to bring some inflammation back in. Okay. Where we're kind of bothering it, tearing it up a little bit. That sounds terrible, but it is just really initiating a response that, hey, this is an area where I have to pay attention and I have to do something. Then we want to maybe bring some new blood flow in. We can do that. Again, massage is helpful for that. The laser therapy that we talk about, the deep tissue laser, certainly stimulates that. That stimulates the most because it's actually, the photons are going in, it's stimulating the mitochondria of the cell to speed healing 40 to 50%. So where it's, I'm hardly paying attention to it, this is like, no, I'm activating that cell right now to stimulate healing again. We may do, acupuncture does an awful lot for that. If it's in a joint where the mobility is not good, the adjustment itself will do all of those things. It will stimulate a chemical response so that your body actually, and by allowing the joint to move again, that is how the joints bring nutrients in and toxins out. So there's a whole lot of things we can do to restart healing in an old injury. It's
I
not
see.
just, oh, it's the same thing, nothing can be done. I tried it a long time ago, and they told me nothing could be done, and so this is how it is today. I mean, we don't know. We have to take a look at it. But for most injuries, and a lot of it may be re-strengthening it.
Right.
You know, we may have to start that healing and then stabilize the joint, or stimulate new activity.
Right.
And like weight-bearing exercise strengthens the bone. It strengthens the muscle, but that tension from the muscle through the tendon onto the bone strengthens the bone itself. And obviously, as we age, we want stronger bones. We don't
Right.
want the osteoporosis.
Right.
So there's a lot of ways to stimulate new healing.
So when somebody comes into you and they say, I've got it, got this old injury and it's nagging me and it's kind
Sure.
of, we've only got about a minute or so, but what's the process that you start with to determine whether massage is the right place to start, or a class 4 laser?
Obviously, we're going to do an exam, and so
Right.
that includes orthopedic tests. That's a stress test. We may do muscle testing.
Sure.
I mean, in a different way, where we're going to do different exercises to see if the muscle balance is strengthened right to left, because we may actually have to do rehab on that area. I mean, there's a lot of things that we go through. We do bilateral weight. We do bilateral grip strength.
Right.
We do all kinds of testing that way to find out exactly what is it. And so, I can't tell you what's going to be most effective until we know what it is.
I understand. Yeah,
So-
I totally understand. Well, give us the information on Kansas City Chiropractic, how people can reach you, how they can set up an appointment,
Sure.
find out more about your practice.
Absolutely. It's 816-753-4600, kansascitychiropractic.com, and you can find us on Facebook.
Easy enough. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching or listening to Good Sports, Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine Show. We're coming to you from Kansas City Ice Center, which is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. We're talking with Dr. Lynn McIntosh from Kansas City Chiropractic. I'm Steve Fish. We will be right back.
These days, we're all so busy, and many of us ignore our health and let stress turn into chronic pain. Dr. Lynn McIntosh of Kansas City Chiropractic can provide you with the proper care to relieve pain and stress, improve your health, and get more out of life. And right now, get a free deep tissue laser treatment with your initial visit. Just mention KC Sports when you make an appointment. For more information on Dr. McIntosh and Kansas City Chiropractic, call 816-753-4600 or visit kansascitychiropractic.com.
With the current trend to live a greener lifestyle, many people and businesses now recycle their electronics. At the Surplus Exchange, your e-waste will never go to a landfill or incinerator, nor will we allow e-waste to be shipped overseas. Some companies employ this tactic and end up polluting other countries with our waste. All materials are safely tracked, destroyed, or reclaimed right here in the U.S. The Surplus Exchange is Kansas City's link between industry, charity, and the environment. To find out more, visit surplusexchange.org.
Come out to the Kansas City Ice Center for a public skating session on their outdoor inline pavilion or their indoor ice rink. And sign up now for Learn to Skate and Learn to Play hockey classes, hockey leagues, and figure skating lessons at the Kansas City Ice Center. The KC Ice Center is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. For more information on public skating times or to register for the upcoming hockey season, visit kcicecenter.com or call 913-441-3033. Experience the touch of the Ozarks at Winterstone Golf Course in Independence and play 18 holes with cart anytime Monday through Friday in September for just $35. Mention KC Sports when you check in. Visit winterstonegolf.com or call 816-257-5755. The Army Reserve has more than 120 unique career opportunities, so you can add to your current strengths or build brand new ones. Join the Army Reserve and you'll make a difference in your life and the lives of others. Learn more at goarmy.com/reserve. For more information, contact the Greater Kansas City Company at 3720 Arrowhead Drive, Suite B. Telephone number 816-531-3818. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong, paid for by the U.S. Army. Who will be crowned as the best scramble team in the area? Sign up now for the three-person City of Belton Championship Saturday, September 27th at Eagles Landing Golf Course. For more details, visit eagleslandinggolfcourse.com or call 816-318-0004. Kansas City Sports and Fitness welcomes the American Indian Center of the Great Plains as our new sponsor of the Chiefs Report. The American Indian Center of the Great Plains is located inside the Loretto at 1111 West 39th Street in Kansas City, Missouri. For more information on the American Indian Center of the Great Plains or to book the Loretto for an event, call 816-888-4877. That's 816-888-4877.
Welcome back to Good Sports, Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show, the show that complements Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. I'm Steve Fish. Today we're here at the Kansas City Ice Center located on Johnson Drive, 2 miles west of 435, where you can inline skate on their outdoor pavilion or you can ice skate on their indoor ice rink. Call 913-441-3033 or visit their website, kcicecenter.com, for more details on public skate sessions, parties, registration for fall and winter leagues, and learn to skate and learn to play hockey programs. Now, in our current issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness, check out our U.S. Army High School top performers. In our health and fitness report presented by Cargo Largo, we discuss concussions in sports, plus new treatment solutions for old injuries. And in our youth soccer report presented by Happy Cheeks, we tell you about Heartland Soccer, which is the largest soccer organization in the nation. Now, you can pick up your copy of KC Sports and Fitness at over 700 locations, including Eagles Landing Golf Course, both Minsky's on Berry Road, and the Kansas City Ice Center. Now, coming up next month on a date to be determined, we'll be right back here at the Kansas City Ice Center. KC Ice Center is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. And if you have a business and you're interested in having us come out to do a show at your business location, call Good Sports at 913-764-2050. And you can also view Good Sports on YouTube. Search for the Good Sports KC channel. Now, we're talking again here at the KC Ice Center with Dr. Lynn McIntosh, who is a board-certified chiropractor who is licensed in Kansas and Missouri, and she provides general chiropractic care, and also she's a chiropractic sports physician, and she works with athletes from multiple disciplines on specific sports-related injuries. Thank you for joining us again, Dr. McIntosh.
Absolutely.
Now, we were talking about what you wrote about in our September issue. You discuss new solutions, new treatments for old injuries, and one of those things that you talk about is orthotics.
Absolutely.
Orthotics, the sophistication and the quality of those things,
Yes.
the customized orthotics, have come a long, long way.
Absolutely. So it used to be, if you thought about that, you just thought about the teacher you had that wore like orthopedic-looking shoes that were heavy and clunky and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Well, that's really not what you have to think about these days. Primarily what we're doing is, especially for runners or anyone that really wants to compete at a different level, because this is a product that not only is there to make you more comfortable, but it's to reduce fatigue, to give you energy back as you're doing it. When you talk about, for a long time, running shoes went to softer and softer, and now you hear about insoles that are, they're super soft, that takes pain away.
Right.
But the problem is, with that, if, first of all, it has no support because it's just really soft. So whatever alteration in the biomechanics of your foot there is, it's not going to give you any support for that.
Right.
And the other shoes that I'm not a fan is now we've got these super thin little, basically it's just a flat leather on the bottom or a rubber or something that is so thin, and there's nothing that's giving you any support to that the arches of the foot or the vault in the foot.
Right.
And so when we think of a lot of shoes in the past where you've seen just this medial arch being supported and you think, that's my arch, there's actually 3 arches. So there's this medial arch, the lateral arch, and the transverse arch. And so whatever one does, so you've got this nice whole suspension bridge system, if you think about it that way. And there's tons of ligaments that actually make that happen. And then, but what happens if it starts to flatten? Well, so when this arch comes down, the other 2 follow. And so as it comes down, a lot of people will get pain basically in their foot right here, but at the ball of their foot. Yeah. And that's because when this falls down, that is now there's much more pressure being placed right there than there used to be.
Right.
And so the orthotics that we use support all 3 of those arches, and they're a minimal amount of support. We don't want an over-exaggerated support, and especially like some of those you'll see that are high in the center, and then it throws all the weight to the outside. Well, now that's altered, again, your biomechanics of walking.
Right.
And so what we want is a couple different things. We want those 3 different arches supported. Now we also want some cushion when you do land, especially if you're doing that. So at the heel, we do want something that is going to absorb some energy.
Right.
All right? But I don't want that to go all the way, because when I come down, I'm going to go through and I'm going to toe off, and I want some energy back. So there's
Right.
a thing. So they have a product called Zorbicell that is an absorption, and then Propriocell, which is a propulsion. And so think of it as a spring, helping you spring off on your next step. Because if I just have soft, when I do this, it's like sinking into sand. And when
Right.
you run on sand, it is so much more effort,
yeah.
and you fatigue so much faster.
Right.
And so when you do that, you really are kind of shooting yourself in the foot. I mean, so to speak. But yeah, and so that's just in the foot itself. Now, when you've had problems, like let's say you've had an old ankle injury, where an old sprain, where you rolled to the outside, because 80% are rolled to the outside. Well, now that's fixed. So now instead of having full motion, now the ankle doesn't allow the foot to extend all the way, or to flex all the way and to extend all the way. And so what's happening there is now this is locking this up. And so now we're altering the biomechanics of everything up in the forefoot.
Right.
And then that translates up to the knee. So now, man, I sprained my ankle, and now it's 10 months later, my knee's bothering me. Well,
Right.
because it's fixed, and so now that's translating that, because there is the ankle and the hip, and the knee is the joint in the center that's
Right.
taking all the stress.
Right.
So if I do have something fixed in the hip or in the ankle, the knee is going to probably be where I see it first. I may
Right.
not even see it in the injured joint or in the fixed joint. And so as that goes up, we're going to, obviously we're going to make sure that there's proper motion before we even do the orthotics, and then the orthotics are going to support it. Then you're going to have, if we do have to do anything to support the knee, if you have to do exercises to strengthen a ligament or strengthen a muscle that's inside or outside, we're going to do that. Then as it goes up into the knee, I mean, obviously we see a ton of low back problems when we do orthotics. Those go away. I mean, you see tons of commercials for every kind of foot something that's supposed to help low back pain.
Right.
Well, it does,
Right.
but it's very complicated, because this is multiple joints and multiple different places where things can be fixed or where they may not be moving properly. But definitely, even the foot bed itself, you're going to see such a huge difference in just how you feel.
Right.
Now, that doesn't even take into account if possibly you have a short leg, and we do all kinds of evaluation. We do bilateral weight, and so we want to look at that. I've had up to 50 pounds different right to left.
Wow.
And I
Yeah.
thought, I don't even know how you're walking around, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's just ridiculous. Obviously, that's not normal. Anything under 5 pounds, we don't really get too excited about, because we're like, oh, that's within normal kind of stuff.
Right.
But if it's 15 or 20 pounds on a normal sized person, this is ridiculous. The amount of stress that you're placing more on one leg, and that's every joint in that chain. And so, we might change that. Well, then and if one drops, now the pelvis has changed position, and you've got wedging in the
Right.
low back, that you're placing more compression on the nerves as they come out. So when we talk about orthotics, it sounds like, oh yeah, we put these in the shoes and everything's good and it's an easy fix.
Right.
It's a very, very complicated process, but it's huge. And the danger is now I don't wear any of my other shoes. If the orthotics don't fit in them, they're just not comfortable enough to wear. So,
Absolutely.
and we do stuff for running. We have special ones for golf to actually increase your game. Because you're not, again, losing that energy into the ground. Because if you do a translation in weight and you see that arch falls all the way down when you shift your weight from one side to the other, you're just losing energy. Well, I want all that energy in the club head.
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
it to be in that velocity that's going.
Right.
Because that's what's happening. Is that velocity comes around, well, that translates to power. And so the faster that's going, and if I am losing that energy into the ground, or if I'm not properly shifting my weight back and forth because of any of those things, a low back pain, knee pain, ankle pain, then you're just not going to go as far.
For sure. We only got a minute or so, but these orthotics aren't off the shelf.
Oh, no.
They're customized.
They're absolutely custom to you. We do a 3D scan of your foot, and we see where your weight is, right to left, front to back.
Right.
I mean, so we know a whole lot more about that. Yeah, you can't go and just get it off the shelf.
And it's not just if you have foot pain. If you're an athlete,
absolutely,
or just an individual
fatigue.
person.
That's really a
just
huge
one
difference.
Of us regular people.
Yes, with absolutely no pain at all. If we can decrease the amount of fatigue you have, it's going to improve your ability in your sport.
Well, we're pretty much out of time here, but give us information on how people can find out more about the orthotics.
Sure.
And find out more about your practice.
It's kansascitychiropractic.com. You can find us on Facebook, or it's 816-753-4600.
Easy enough. Very good. Thank you, Dr. McIntosh, for
you.
joining us today. That'll do it for today's show. My thanks to our host for the show, the Kansas City Ice Center, located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive, and Dr. Lynn McIntosh from Kansas City Chiropractic for joining us today. Be sure to join me, Steve Fish, again next week at the same time for Good Sports, Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show, and check out some of our other shows on YouTube. Just search for the Good Sports KC channel. So until next week, be sure to read all about sports, health, and exercise in Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. You'll find it all over KC, and it's free, so pick it up today.
Who will be crowned as the best scramble team in the area? Sign up now for the 3-person City of Belton Championship, Saturday, September 27th at Eagles Landing Golf Course. For more details, visit eagleslandinggolfcourse.com or call 816-318-0004. The Niles Home Annual Gala is on October 10th at the Gallery in the Power and Light District. The event benefits the Niles Home for Children, a nonprofit which helps renew hope for children and families. The Niles Home Annual Gala is presented by Sprint. To help sponsor the gala or for tickets or more information, visit nileshomekc.org or call Kelsey at 816-241-3448. That's nileshomekc.org, 816-241-3448. Do you spend every waking hour searching for prescription painkillers, heroin, or opiate drugs? Do pain pills control your life? Is there a real risk of losing your job, your family, everything? iCare can help with the devastation of addiction and is now accepting appointments. Call iCare at 816-875-4325. That's 816-875-4325. Or visit iCarePrimaryCare.com for more information. Get golf ready for only $99 at either of the 2 City of Overland Park golf courses. Get 5 lessons for only $99 at Sykes Lady or St. Andrews Golf Courses in Overland Park. For more information, visit golfop.com/getgolfready. Sign up now to get a free subscription to the digital version of Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine and read KC Sports on your PC, tablet, or smartphone. Just email your name, email address, cell phone, and age to subscribe at kcsportspaper.com. That's subscribe at kcsportspaper.com. Then watch your email to see next month's issue of KC Sports and Fitness Magazine. So subscribe today. PDF reader required. By submitting your information, you agree to allow us to contact you with notifications and offers from KC Sports, Good Sports, and our sponsors. Host your foot golf party at the Heart of America Golf Academy. No matter what the occasion, HOA has great packages including foot golf, drinks, and food. For more information, call 816-513-8940 or visit HOAGolfacademy.com. Get your free bottle of Happy Cheeks toilet seat cleaner by calling 855-838-7502. If you travel often or have kids, Happy Cheeks can help. For a free bottle of Happy Cheeks, call 855-838-7502 or visit myhappycheeks.com to learn more. Hope to go to college or have your child attend college on an athletic scholarship? Believe it or not, the process starts as a high school freshman. Learn what it takes from Mike Taylor in his book, 10 Powerful Strategies to Get an Athletic Scholarship. Contact Mike at 913-701-0270 for more information. Discover, shop, and win at Cargo Largo. Stop by at 35th and Nolan Road in Independence and go online at cargolargo.com. Cargo Largo, a retail store, and so much more. You can have Good Sports recorded at your business location. Just call 913-764-2050 for more information. Maximize your performance on and off the golf course through the Golf Matrix program, which is available at the Core Strategies Physical Therapy and Movement Center in Overland Park. The team at Core specializes in rehab and performance training for all ages and activity levels. To learn more about Core's sports-specific programs, including the Golf Matrix, visit coreptkc.com or call 913-322-4000. That's 913-322-4000. Now you can view our shows and past shows on YouTube. Search for the Good Sports KC channel.